Hey guys, so I just got finished watching Rip a Remix Manifesto, and I have to say that I thought it was actually really interesting. Um, after some trouble with downloading it all and trying to figure it all out, I finally got it. But I thought it was a really interesting take on everything. The one thing that kind of caught my attention a lot was the whole idea of piracy and stealing. And like, it's really interesting to see how some people really view this as stealing. Like, I'm stealing something from somebody else. When in actuality, you're just kind of borrowing it. I don't know how to say this in a way that's not going to make me sound like a terrible person. But, I mean, everybody downloads music, right? And so we're sitting here and we're saying you can't download music because you can't, like, it's piracy. And in the video, a daycare center couldn't have Disney characters on its walls because it's stealing. And unless it's copyrighted, I understand that. I mean, you just put a copyright logo on it and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, how do you decide what's mine and what's not mine? Because I could create a cartoon that I could say is really mine, when in actuality, somebody who's 3,000 miles away in California could have come up with the exact same idea, and then whose idea really is it? I just think it's really kind of an interesting and yet really confusing idea, because what was said in the video is exactly true. We live in a society today where the generation is basically all criminals. Like, to sit here and say that you've never downloaded a movie or a song or anything would probably be a blatant lie. And it's just, I think it's so frustrating, because in school you're always encouraged to share your thoughts, to share your ideas, to allow for other people to kind of take off that thought and go with it where you want them to. But now that's not the case anymore. If you let somebody take your idea, or take a little bit of your idea and expand it into something else, technically it's piracy. So where does the line get drawn? Is it drawn when we're sitting here and we're downloading music and that's piracy? Or I'm sitting here and I share my ideas with my friends and they take it. Is that piracy? It's just, personally, I think it's a really thin line, and it's a very blurred line. So nobody really knows what it is. And it's really contradicting itself, because we're so encouraged at a young age to share our thoughts and our ideas. But when we get older, it can come back to just bite us, like, and it doesn't help. So my question is, where does the line get drawn? Where do we stop it, and where do we start it? And how do we get past all of this thought process that everything that we could possibly do is wrong? When, personally, I think you're sharing with the world. I think you're sharing your ideas, and that should be how it is. No more of this, you did that wrong, and you did this, and you can't do that. That you're sharing. That's the point, right?